Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Has Been Hangout podcast. I'm your host, Trucker Lee, and tonight it's just two of us, me and old Colt. Going to break it down for you. We're going to give you some insight into the NFL Combine. We're going to talk some NASCAR. Going to talk a little bit about the WBC coming up too. Um, so let's get into it, Colton. Um, you've been watching the NFL Combine, keeping up with it. You said you had some winners and losers. So
hmm
what's going on at the Combine, man?
Man, it's been kind of a whirlwind. Ohio State and Oklahoma have really put out some athletes. Diego Pavia really didn't blow anybody away. I mean, like
No.
just okay. Jeremiah Love, big dude. He's gonna be a stud somewhere.
Yep.
Sonny Styles, he's gonna be. So I got a couple notes here. Figure out what I did with my computer screen over here. I'm going to bring this over here on top of your face, so I'm looking more at the camera. Give me 1 second here.
Right on.
There we go. So here's what I've got. My big standout performers. Obviously the 40, probably the crowd favorite. I'm taking these glasses off. Probably the 40 crowd favorite as far as combines go. Brennan Thompson, Mississippi State, 4.26, blazing. Shout out to Kenyon Sadiq, the fastest tight end in modern NFL history with a 4.39.
Yeah, that's insane.
As much as I don't really, it's indifferent. Ty Simpson, he did really well. He had some accuracy showcases and stuff like that. He did solid in some drills. Deion Burke, 4.30.
Uh, Imagine if
Cooking.
imagine if we would have got him the ball more.
If we could have had offense, I mean, yes, yeah, yes and no. We got Isaiah Zatania, who's probably going to run like a 4.19 next year because
Yeah,
golly, that dude's a blister. He's a blister.
right.
Um, and now I'm not necessarily to my losers, but like the underwhelming performers. The one
Yeah.
that really caught my eye, Ruben Bain Jr.
Mm.
All year long, we heard about he was just such a dominant presence, and you know what? I'm going to say this: Aaron Donald was undersized for his position too. Ruben Bain Jr. though, short arms, short wingspan, but it doesn't matter if you're making the plays.
So I want to bring up something real quick since you said that because I was hearing some people talking about, oh, he's got short arms and all that stuff. What does that really matter?
Well,
Honestly.
so it's about the separation. If an O lineman can get you and they can hold you at a distance and you can't do anything about it as a defensive end, you're basically shut in, right? So your job as a defensive end is basically to cap the play at a certain point, right? That's
Mhm.
like you ever hear like staying in your position, running up the field, blah 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 blah. They overextended. So as a play develops, your ends can come upfield, which is basically means they're running parallel where the quarterback is, right? Then they're doing like a this motion, right? They're squeezing in that pocket. If
Right.
you can't reach and you don't have the ability to break arm, break holds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, just like we saw in some of the plays in college, that little bit extra reach. If you're falling, you can reach and tap that ball. It's more along the lines of like the prototypical player, someone who's his size, and I want to say he's 6'3".
I mean, but if you're
Yeah, he's 6'2". He's 6'2", 263. So he's a little heavier than our Mason Thomas, which had a pretty solid. I mean, dude's solid. I'm excited to see what these guys do. Um,
yeah.
so your his wingspan. I mean, it was 77 inches. It's not terrible, but ideally they want it a little bit longer. But yeah,
But
so
is that something that can be made up for with like speed? Like how fast
yeah,
he's
I mean, Aaron
getting
Donald
off?
is a prime example, right? He was prototypically undersized by definition, right?
Yeah.
But look at him now. It's just
Right.
arguably one of the, if not the greatest interior defensive lineman to play the game.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, 100%. I do think he's got a high motor. I do think he's going to have create a lot of issues. I think the only thing that's really going to get him is his explosiveness, right? Can you be as explosive at the top level as you are
Right.
in college, playing against math majors versus playing against, the other best players in football.
Yeah.
And the big conversation right now, and this is what's going on in probably a lot of the GM's minds. This would be going through my mind if I was a GM. So you've got 4 players, 5 players: Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles. I can't remember the offensive lineman name. There's an offensive lineman out there, Fernando Mendoza. You got 4 guys, plus you got Downs. You got,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got some studs in this draft.
Yeah.
So let's say your team is heavy, right? So let's say you're, I don't know, trying to think of who off the rip. Let's say you're deep at the defensive end position, right?
Right.
You're 2, 3 guys deep, and you got
Mm-hmm.
2 really good guys. Do you take somebody in the draft? Do you take the possible Hall of Famer now? Or do you try to fill with the position like with the receiver? Because the receiver class, while good, this isn't the deepest receiver class by any means. And it's been proven time and time again that you can find Hall of Famers anywhere in the draft. But
Right.
do you take that guy that everyone has graded as a, top first round type of talent, people who
Mm-hmm.
are you're expecting them to be a Hall of Famer at that point in time, you're expecting them to be the best of the best. Do you take one of those guys, or do you take the puzzle piece that fits right now? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I always wonder that as far as like GMs more in football than I think in baseball, because it's a lot more plug and place, and you got to find guys that will fit really to what you're doing. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's not like Major League Baseball where you have this developmental system, right? Because once you draft these guys, you really want these guys to be able to play right off the bat if they need to. So I always get curious about that. That's why I was confused last year when the Browns took Shador and they took Dylan Gabriel. Just didn't make sense to me. Why not take
Well,
one guy or the other and develop them under, you know, Joe Flacco for a little while? Because regardless of what you want to say about Joe Flacco, he's a solid QB, was a
mm-hmm,
solid QB for a long time.
mm-hmm,
Uh, Great veteran guy to have to help
mm-hmm.
bring a young kid along. So for football, man, I don't know enough about it. Obviously, I didn't play it. Um, I know what I know to
Yeah,
give you a run for your money on college football 26. But other than that,
sometimes.
sometimes, um, but I mean, here's the thing: players are going to play regardless of
Mm-hmm.
how they get, regardless of how they get graded at the combine. I mean, because there were some guys like that I obviously expected to do well: Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, just guys like that you at Caleb Downs, just guys that you honestly expect to do well at the combine. But
Well,
whenever you're
now, Mendoza did not do anything at the combine. Did you know that?
Oh, he didn't? Oh, he's got a
No.
grade, so that's why I was wondering.
Well, I mean, he's just graded. In fact, there were some people throwing shade that he didn't do anything. Talk about being a competitor, blah 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 blah. But he won the national championship. He led Indiana to, you know what I mean? he,
No,
he,
I mean, I get that, but you
yeah,
see, like, Heisman winners and national championship winners still participating in the combine. I
yeah,
mean, so I'm not gonna I guess I'm not really gonna harp on him too much if he didn't. I feel like he kinda proved himself.
yeah.
Um,
And
so
plus,
I don't
everyone knows he's going number 1. Like, there's nobody else to take.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
the Raiders are gonna take him number 1. So, but kinda going back to, like, what you were saying, if you're heavy on the defensive side, I mean,
yeah.
out of this draft, okay, who's the team right now that off the top of your head that you can think of that's super defensively heavy right now that would just need kind of a scheme guy?
I mean, the person that comes to mind, talk about defense, probably. I mean, go with the Seahawks. Probably, top rated defense of the league. Whoever they pick, they're probably going to pick the best player. I mean, they're 32. They're picking 32nd, right? Um,
Okay.
They don't
Yeah.
really need a defensive lineman, right? They got two studs. They got four studs up there. Um, you
Well, that's
know,
the thing. Like, where do they really need help at on defense? So,
defensive
like,
back maybe. Get a younger guy in there, defensive back, move him in. Yeah, that's just kind of my thought process. They're pretty solid on offense. They've got young guys on offense. Why throw in? You just won a Super Bowl. Why throw in a piece that doesn't really need to be there?
yeah.
Um, I'll throw out. So let me pull up a mock draft here. 26 mock draft by Tankathon, tankathon.com. Kind of reading through this. I agree with a lot of it. I think that Vega Ayane, I don't know what his name. I don't know how to say his last name. The he played at Penn State. Big boy. I
Mhm.
think he'll go top 10. I think he will. I think between Spencer Fano, and him, it's a toss up. I like them both. Um, yeah, I like them both. I think that this is probably a pretty accurate first round. They got Fernando Mendoza going first, Ruben Bain Jr. going second, and see that kind of goes back to they play a certain way on the field versus the readables and the stats at a combine, your
Yeah.
measurables and stuff like that. You can't measure heart, can't measure intensity, and you can't measure playmaking ability.
Yep.
Um, One thing that's really got me interested next year, especially with how the last elite, what I would call elite, defensive back that kind of was just an all around hell of a player. Oh,
Mhm.
well, golly, he played at Michigan. Help me out here. He played at Michigan, got drafted by, I want to say, the Jets or the Browns. Um, golly.
Played at
Um,
Michigan.
yeah,
How long ago?
a few years ago. It was before, right around the Baker Mayfield era. A couple years before that. Um, as soon as I hear his name,
I couldn't tell you.
so back a few years ago.
You
But I
said
think that's where Caleb Downs is going to come in, dude. Caleb Downs is going to be a stud through
yeah.
and through,
Oh, yeah.
and
Absolutely.
he's playing for the Giants. And I think the Giants, especially after, dude,
Bringing Harbaugh in and stuff.
yes, I
I
think I think the Giants are going to be a team to play with next year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I really think, if not next year, the year after. I really think the Giants are gonna be in the
Mm-hmm.
conversation big time. Um, do you have any, like, I don't know, diamonds in the rough in the combine? Like, guys that you saw that were, like, kinda they didn't really show out, but you could see, like, any type of potential?
Even though he got booed, even though he got booed by Indiana fans, the slot didn't do bad. Um, he really didn't do bad. I'm interested to
The
see.
sloth.
Yeah, the slot didn't do bad. I'm excited to see what he looks like. I'm excited to see him play.
Mhm.
Um, see where he goes. Kind of that way.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, I mean,
Just
that receiver from Mississippi State, Thompson, you run
yeah.
the fastest 40. You're getting looked at.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
just
for
getting
sure.
looked at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just for reference, when he says the sloth, he's meaning Carson Beck.
I am.
That's
I
what
am
he
indeed.
means. And just to touch on real quick too is like the unmeasurables that you were talking about.
Hmm.
And that may be why uh, we didn't see Fernando Mendoza in the combine because I mean it can really
Hmm.
help your draft stock or it's really going to hurt your draft stock.
Gonna hurt
You're
you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're putting yourself at the mercy of the people grading you, and if
Hmm.
they don't think you're doing a good job, I mean, then you're screwed. Honestly,
Yeah,
you
and you're
can
already going number one. Why risk it?
why risk it? Exactly.
Why risk it?
That's why I'm not harping on the guy. I mean, he just won
Mm.
a national championship. He won the Heisman. Uh, a kid from Cal, a two-star out of high school. That's why we've had that conversation about
Hmm.
stars and whether or not they matter or not, and they don't because a star doesn't measure your heart, your playmaking ability, just like you said. It's those unmeasurables that really make a player. So,
Mhm.
um, but with that, we'll kind of move on from this and we'll move more into NASCAR. Tyler Reddick, first driver ever to
3
win the
wins, baby.
first three races of the season. Uh, a lot of people are kind of like, "What the heck is going on over there at 2311?" And I'm kind of on that train too because I did not expect, and I said it in the last pod. I didn't even really have him in the top 10. So I thought he would do well, but I didn't think he would win. And my pick to win finished second, Shane Van Gisbergen. He finished second. So, man, whatever they got cooking over there at 2311 is working. Keep Tyler Reddick in that same car. He's winning. Don't move him. Um, and for all you Bubba Wallace haters out there,
Pause.
you
Jabril Peppers. That's what I was thinking of. Jabril Peppers. That's
Jabril.
who my. That's where my brain went. Yeah, that dude was a stud coming out of college. Absolutely a phenom. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, 100%. That's who. That's what I was thinking about whenever. Yeah, he was drafted 25th overall 2017 NFL draft by the Cleveland Browns. Went from the Browns to the Giants to the Patriots. He stayed at the Patriots, and then now I think he's with the Steelers, if memory serves me right. But yes, that's who I was thinking of. Wanted to clear that up for everybody who's going to watch or is going to watch. Jabril Peppers. That's who he kind of reminds me of. That star-studded ability, his ability to come down and hit. And I did want to say real quick before we get out of that, my big surprise was Robert Spears Jennings.
Okay.
Dude ran a quick 40, and we already know. We saw the highlights, we saw the hits. Dude is gonna hunt some hits. But yeah, that's my sleeper pick for the draft. Sorry, I
No, you're
just
good.
could not get that guy's face out of my mind. I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta know his name, and then they just clicked. I was like, oh, I think that's his name. Clicked on him. That's it. Yes. All right. Perfect. So
No.
back to racing. Back to
Yeah.
2311. Back to the three. Back to all that stuff. Yes. Roll.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I just I kind of am wondering what they're gonna do with Bubba Wallace at 2311 because he's not winning, he's not placing well, he's not racing well. Um, he complains, he cries, he whines more than
Mm-hmm.
anybody on the track. Um, he plays the victim too much for me. That's just me. Um, they've added, I think, a third car, which is actually I don't want to misspeak. Um, but if they haven't added a third car yet, they are in the works on it, and it may be a part-time car. Um, but I'm interested to see what happens. And now that we're back to the chase for the cup,
Riley
it's all about
Herbst,
Riley Herbst.
third
Okay,
car. Yep.
yep, okay. What number?
It does not say right here. It just says 2311 racing expands to third car full time. Riley Hertz. Let's see if I can find the number anywhere on him. Number 35.
35. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
number 30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Driving the number 98 Monster car will pilot the number 35 Monster Energy Toyota Camry XSE when the 25 Cup Series season begins.
Okay, so there's a lot of room there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with it going, like I said, with it going back to the chase for the cup, it's all about points. Tyler Reddick already has put him in the best seat to win the championship this early in the season. 3 wins, major points races. We'll see how that kind of progresses throughout the season. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
see uh, Carson Hocevar get a win. However, if anyone out there, any racing fans, tune into Denny Hamlin's podcast, he said that he is making too many enemies, basically, and he's racing too aggressively. He's he's gonna put himself in a position to win, he thinks, but someone is going to ruin that for him because of how many enemies he's making. And he's
Are you
even
saying
said
Tyler
before.
Reddick?
No, I'm saying Carson Hocevar.
Okay.
Yep. Um, and that's sad, but that's racing. If you're not gonna make friends on the track, I don't know what to tell you. If you're gonna keep dumping people, putting people on the wall, that's just what you're gonna get,
Hey, you know
honestly.
what though? Rubbin's Racing, bring it back, baby. Let's go. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Robin's racing, and to an extent, like I think re- they've hammered down on retaliation a lot, which I
Yeah.
think is ridiculous. Um, to an extent, I'm not gonna say go out there and just hurt people,
Mhm,
because you're still driving at 200 miles an hour. So don't go out there and hurt people. But I feel like give them the old few bumps, let them have it a little bit, um, and potentially spin them out. I mean, that's racing. Bring it
mhm,
back, make racing racing again. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Um, we need a good villain in racing. Kyle Busch had that for a long time. Denny Hamlin was kind of that last year. Um, and I think Carson Hocevar is becoming a major villain in racing. And I think if he could clean it up just a tad on the
mhm.
overly aggressive driving, I feel like he would be fantastic.
I want
Fantastic.
to. Yeah, I agree with you. I want to know how they score NASCAR because it has Bubba Wallace in second place right now. Um, and he's
In point.
finished 23, 13, 10, 8, and 11. And then, of course, the eighth is the next. The eighth is the next race. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's got him by points at 116, and then at a distant first. In fact, 70 points ahead of everyone else is Tyler Reddick. But yeah, as of right now, it's 23-11, 23-11, and then it's Hendrick, Penske, Trackhouse, Penske, Spire,
Mhm.
whatever that is. Spire, RK, RFK, RFK, Hendricks. So here's the real question. I mean, did we see a 23-11 car winning the championship this year?
You know, I wouldn't mind it. I don't mind Tyler Reddick. I think he's a great racer, phenomenal guy. You don't hear anything about him. Um, and he just goes out there and does his job, and he's getting it done this year. And he's been waiting for a long time to have a season like he's already having. The
Mm-hmm.
past few seasons, he's really ramped it up. He's won a couple races, and he's been in the playoffs. Which now that that format's done, we'll see how it kind of continues to carry on, especially
Mm-hmm.
throughout the season, because it's not winning you're in anymore. It's the last few years, you win a race, you're automatically in the playoffs. You lock your spot in. You're one of the 16. So I'm curious. To have Bubba Wall in second, that kind of surprises me a little bit. The way they do points is a lot about where you're placing, how you're running, um, stage points and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they play a factor. So that's pretty interesting. He may be running well early, and him just being on track is just accumulating points. So, um, yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that too. So, and I will say, as soon as it gets closer to time, look out mid-season because the Hendrick cars are coming.
Mm-hmm.
The Hendrick cars are coming. They are the team to beat. Well, I would say the two Hendrick cars to watch out for are William Byron and Kyle Larson.
Mm-hmm.
And I need my boy Kyle Busch to get a freaking win this year, to get back in victory lane, and to make another chase for the cup. And so it'll be interesting to see how it continues to play out in NASCAR. It's going to be a fun
Mm-hmm.
season. I know there's a lot going on right now as far as NASCAR's wanting to do more road course racing, which road course racing is the worst possible races for NASCAR. It's hard to get sponsorships for road course racing. It's hard for fans to tune in and watch. It's their lowest viewership. So I think NASCAR needs to stick more to oval, run a couple road course races throughout the season, whatever. Um, but NASCAR is meant to be on the oval tracks, not the
Mm-hmm.
road course tracks. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. But we'll move right into baseball. Um, WBC starts this week, man. Team USA, baby. So
Mm-hmm.
they've all reported. Um, and Aaron Judge gave his big speech today to Team USA. It's cool to see all those guys together because it's basically one big all star team.
Hmm.
and they're going out and playing. Um, Team Japan's already had their exhibition games. We'll see some exhibition games too this week. Um, USA's got a couple. So, but man, I'm ready to see USA dominate. I'm ready to see USA absolutely dominate. So they got a pretty straightforward pool. I think they'll win it. They better win it, and we need to get them back playing for the championship.
Hmm.
So you got anything you want to say on that?
Man, I'm not a baseball guy. I all I know is what I sent in the chat earlier. Um, Team Japan's gunning for it, and the United States better win because we just took the throne in hockey, both men's and women's hockey. And if it wasn't for the scandals of everything that happened in curling, we'd have been champions in curling too.
Yeah.
Um, we got the best, some of the best gymnasts in the world. We're not quite gold medal material on the men's side yet, but as far as the women's side goes, we're always competing for gold.
Yep.
We already talked about the flag football deal. That's
Yeah.
going to be a joke.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody else.
Right.
But yeah, dude. Again, I'm just not a huge baseball guy. I am excited to kind of learn a little bit, watching more of it, and kind of, getting more understanding and a little bit more. We had a big discussion on um, stats in baseball and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, I'm pretty excited about it. I hope that USA comes out and, um, you know, to quote the great childhood of Colten, Browning, and Trucker Lee, hit some dingers.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
That's right.
but yeah,
That's right.
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the United States pull it off and head out.
Yeah, I think for people who are somewhat new to baseball or haven't really watched baseball and kind of want to get into it more, I think the best way to get back into it or to get into it in general is to watch the WBC. Um, since baseball was taken out of the Olympics, this is baseball's Olympics right here. So, and you know, if you have enough national pride to cheer for the US, watch it. Watch it. You'll learn something. You'll see some stuff you've never seen before. So it's going to be electric. The whole thing's going to be crazy. Stadiums are going to be packed early.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're from one of the last WBCs. I still get chills from watching the game against USA and Puerto Rico or Dominican. Might have been the Dominican team. Anyway, there was a long fly ball hit center field, and I think this was to end the game for USA to win. Adam Jones robbed a home run to end the game, and it was deafening inside that stadium. You couldn't even hear the broadcast announcers talking. So there's no better way to get into something than watch um, an international game. It is the greatest thing in sports to be able to represent your country in that way. To go out there and put on a great show and win, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, is the best way to get into a sport. And so I am really, really looking forward to this. Let's see. Uh, March 3rd, USA Baseball plays the Giants and then the Rockies in an exhibition game. And then they open up with Brazil on the 6th. And then they got Great Britain, which that's not even going to be a game. Uh, and then Mexico and Italy. So they got a pretty solid pool and who they're going to play against. I think the Mexico game is going to be a good game. The Brazil game might be a good game too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think Great Britain and Italy, I think we walk all over those two teams. So, and then the 13th or 14th, the quarterfinals, 15th or 16th, the semifinals, and March 17th is the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So we only got a couple weeks. Um, get it in while you can, man, because this is going to be awesome. This is going to be so fun to watch. And like I said, I do think that Team USA has that little bit of extra pressure
Mm-hmm.
to win the gold. I
Yeah.
do think they have that going. So, but anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Any last shout outs, Colt?
I just want to say our hearts go out to the Colorado Buffaloes and their quarterback. Terrible, terrible, terrible news.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't wish that on anybody. Um, all I can say is hug your loved ones. You never know when it's your last time. If you're getting off the phone, always say I love you. You never know when that last phone call could be. Um, for those of you who don't know, uh, the Colorado Buffaloes, I think it was a junior quarterback Ponder. He got in a wreck in his Tesla, flipped it, it rolled down an embankment, caught fire, and he sadly passed away uh, at 3 a.m. the other night. So, other than that, our hearts go out to that. Hearts go out to the entire state of Colorado. The hearts go out to Deion Sanders and Dominic Ponder's family. And but yeah, other than that, excited to see the world of sports. But as excited as I am to see the world of sports move forward, it's just as sad to see a young, budding athlete lose his life um, to something like that. That's all I'm going
Yeah.
to say.
Super sad deal for sure. Um, do want to give a quick shout out to Vic. Sorry you couldn't be here tonight, buddy. We know you're going through some stuff and new job, new place. We understand it. We love you. We miss you, man. When we'll see you on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to give a quick update since we did talk about Saturday, um, what this show is going to look like. Um, and I did mention about Cade being the guy who's going to bring more wrestling into the show. Unfortunately, Cade is taking a step back from the podcast to pursue his career too. And we wish you all the best, Cade. We hope you're safe out there, man. Um, and hey, man, do work. Keep it up,
Do
buddy.
work,
And we love you.
enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Have fun. Do all you need to do out there. Be great. So, um, but for now, it'll just be me, Colton, and Vic,
Yep.
and we'll be able to give you all the best show possible. So, look forward. Catch us on Saturday live, baby. We're gonna be live on Saturday. So, catch us there. Catch us on Facebook and YouTube. Also, one last thing, we still have it open for a has been of the week. We are still going to take submissions. So if you want to be showcased on our show, send us a message on Facebook with your story,
Yep.
your sports story, and we'll talk about you on the show. We'll showcase you, give you a little shout out. So just send us a message on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. But if there's nothing else, Colton, I'll see you on Saturday, buddy, and
I'll
we'll
see
see
you, buddy.
y'all.
Hey, I don't know how I forgot. Allen Mustangs, boys and girls team, punch through ticket to state the first time in school history that both the boys and the girls team are going to state. They shut down the town. They're sending them off. This is big. So Allen Mustangs from one Mustang through and through to all of you, congratulations. Now bring it home, girls. Bring it home, boys. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, congratulations to the Allen Mustangs. Um, happy for them, man. That's cool. That's cool. So, but anyways, if there's nothing else,
That's
we'll get
it.
out of here, man. And I'll see you Saturday, and we'll see y'all at the next hangout. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.